Okay, gonna go fight Diablo here on my first run through with the new Crusader. Currently level 48, and just do a quick little run through here of my getup here. I've got I'm using this particular Crusader flail because I'm using the 2500 damage per hit reflect gem inside of it, which really makes a huge difference because it doesn't do just 2500, it actually scales with you. So as my damage goes up, the reflect goes up. Right now I think it's doing something around 15,000 damage reflect. But I do have a much higher damage DPS legendary mace here that I picked up a little while ago that, as you can see, it has 41, almost 42% more damage. It makes a great difference on just the straight up hits, of course, but face tanking, whatever. But the reflect really does help a lot with like trash mobs and things of that nature. So I really enjoy using that on these lower levels. Of course, in game I would probably not even ever think about using reflect. I just stack damage, pure damage. Actually, for Diablo, though, I think I might go ahead and just go for pure damage this time and see what happens. That way we got our damage up to 6100 plus. And the rest is just whatever I've found, pretty much. You're just trying to get your core stats like strength, vitality, and anything that gives life back to you. To try and, my healing's not very high, but you don't want... I mean, you just gotta take what you can get. There's no auction house anymore, of course. I'm not gonna spend money anyway. This is what I've found. It's the best gear I have at the moment. And it seems to be doing okay. I'm running on Master, which is, just the step below the Torment. So, I'll do a quick rundown of the build. We've got primarily I'm using Justice, which is throws the hammer, but I'm using a sword right now. Just gives me that little extra boost of speed so I can move out of shit when I need to. We've got the Fist of Heavens, using it with the Lightning Fisher. No particular reason on that. It's just the best one I think that I have right now for it, and that's my favorite right click skill there. I'm not a big fan of the Blessed Hammer or the Shield. Sweep attack I do like, but right now I'm just using the Fist of Heavens. It seems to be the better choice. The rest of my stuff, we got Consecration, which I'm using with Shattered Ground. Enemies take damage on, fire damage. So, heals me, enemies take damage. It's a pretty good deal. Iron Skin, I'm using it with Explosive Skin. So, take half the damage. At the end of it, they take massive damage. Good deal there. Condemn, I really like this one because I'm using it with Vacuum. So, it brings everybody in, and then they take massive damage when it goes off. And then a Falling Sword, 30-second cooldown, but really good spell or skill. I'm using it with the Rise Brothers, which is 3 avatars will come out for 5 seconds and help me kill shit. Now on passives, I've got the increased holy damage, and when you deal holy damage, you heal for your life. Holy cause there. And Vigilant, life regen, and also reduces spell damage that I take. And Wrathful, for each point of Wrath, I heal 69 life, and heal amount is also increased by 1% of your health globe healing bonus. So we're all about trying to get some health back here, so like anytime I spend Wrath, I'm getting a decent amount of health back. And that's my setup. I'm going to see if I can defeat Diablo first time here on the first playthrough with Master difficulty using the Crusader.
Nephilim. This last trial is yours alone.
You were a fine commander, Tyrael. I am proud to call you friend.
It was an honor, but this is the moment you were made for. This is the hour of mankind's victory.
Oh, well, he's got too much. I ain't gonna go through that. Alright.
I am trapped!
Yeah, of course you're trapped. Yeah, everybody watching this has probably already seen this cutscene before anyway. So, let's just skip that. Alright. Ah, shit. Didn't see that. Oh no. Where you going, Diablo? Alright. As you can see here, every time I cast just my swords, I'm getting healed for 928, and then about 2600 when I use the Fist of Heavens. Which Fist of Heavens is most beneficial if you can link them. You know, when you cast two of them, because it does this spark arc in between each of them. So, pretty sweet, especially when doing trash. I really thought this was going to be a little bit more difficult than it is, to be honest. But then again, I forgot how much of a pussy Diablo is in Diablo 3, so... keeps running off. Because some of the trash was actually really kicking my ass on the way up here. So, you know, I was kind of afraid that Diablo might hit really hard. But, not really the case here. So I might, with this build and the gear I have, I could have actually faced Diablo on Torment. At least that's what it looks like, but hey, we'll find out when we get to the second stage here, because he might actually kick my ass.
Let us see how you fare in my realm of terror.
Or rather, not necessarily him, but his copies of myself tend to usually hit pretty hard, so... At least with my other characters. I usually play a Witch Doctor as my main. I'm really liking the way the Crusader works, and he might actually end up being my main.
You cannot defeat your own terror.
Shit.
How does it feel knowing you have failed those who depended on you? You shall never wake from this nightmare.
Ah, you moved, you fucker.
How does it feel knowing you have failed those who depended on you? You shall never wake from this nightmare.
I can't move.
Can you feel your death approaching? Failed those who depended on you. Your Nephilim power will not help you in this realm, mortal.
Yeah, it's not very difficult. He just has a shit ton of life compared to the amount of damage output I'm doing.
You cannot defeat your own terror.
But comparatively, I know back when the game first came out, there's no way I would have been able to do this with my Witch Doctor. on this difficulty. I mean, it was hard. Well, it was fairly easy on normal, but it's just that without the Loot 2.0 system back then, I didn't have any legendaries, you know, barely had any rares that were actually beneficial to my class. Now everything I'm wearing is definitely for my class, and the stats are fairly high. Not to mention, because I've been able to play this on the higher, because I've been able to play it on the higher
Not ready yet.
difficulties, I've been getting the XP increase, so I'm actually higher level as well in the first playthrough. I'm not really sure what level I was with the Witch Doctor, but I want to say it was somewhere around like the mid-30s or late 30s, and now I'm 48 on my first playthrough, so big difference here. Plus I've been running an XP gem, a big one, in my helmet.
This wretched light must be eradicated.
And there are plenty of other ways you can play the Crusader. I happen to not really feel like tanking right now, so I'm not really running a tanky build. I prefer to kind of be a little bit of range, a little bit of melee. Actually, with the build I have right now, it's pretty much all ranged. But for Diablo and for a lot of the fights, ranged, in my opinion, tend to be better. But that's kind of the really cool thing with the Crusader is the fact that you can, you know, you can choose if you want to be ranged or straight up melee. You're kind of like a monk and a warrior or barbarian combined. Get over here, get closer to the health bubble. I'm trying to do the whole fight without actually having to use a health potion. Pretty sure I haven't used one yet. If I was using the other weapon with the reflect, he would be dying a little bit quicker for sure, but I figured I would just try and get him with the most straight up damage as possible. I thought it might be a little bit easier in the long run, since he doesn't really have any trash mobs. finish him off. And there it is. Alright. I probably should have put that on Torment then. I didn't think it was going to be quite that easy. But, well, there's that. See if we get any legendaries. Loot 2.0, come on. 3 legendaries. Wow. Alright. That's what I'm talking about. Did not used to happen before the Loot 2.0. Not by any means. Alright. Well, that's that. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.